Yalta, let's go, boys. San Antonio.
What you're about to hear is a home recording of Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys on the radio over KVOO in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They were playing at Cain's Ballroom on July 1st, 1950. By this time, Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys had pretty much left California as their home base, and they began playing all throughout the American West, Northwest, and Southwest. The audio on this recording is not great, but it is not bad. When this was collected over 35 years ago, this is the quality of most of the recordings of Bob Wills that were available. And collectors like myself are happy to have anything at all. I hope you enjoy it. Do me a favor and click on the red subscribe button below. YouTube will never bother you with any emails. They just want to know if you're watching my videos or not. But if you ring the bell, you will receive a notification when we upload a new video. It's your choice. And with that out of the way, here we go.
Here he is, Bob Wills. Come in here, Bob. How are you?
Well, all right, Mike. Having a grand time and very happy. But what do you think, Frank? Don't you think we ought to get some wheels turning around here?
Let me act as the committee of one on behalf of Johnny Lee and welcome you and all the Texas Playboys here at Cain. Bob, we got a wonderful crowd, don't
Yes, we have. Take my cigar out again and thank you, Frank. I'm mighty glad you did. Yes,
what is this first tune, Bob?
Well, it's Beaumont Rag, a new one.
Beaumont Rag. Texas Playboys back here in Tulsa way, where you boys started, some 15 years ago. And Bob, come up here a minute, tell me. What you been doing lately, huh?
Well, Frank, we've been doing the usual thing, just kind of working pretty hard. Yes, sir. Kind of hard.
Yeah?
Well, we're making a little noise anyway, Frank.
Well, Bob, you know, something I admire already about the organization. Johnny Lee doesn't do this to the rest of his boys.
How's that?
Well, I noticed that you have a young lady up on the bandstand tonight.
Well, we certainly do have, and she's a young lady, but yet she's not young with a band, if you know what I mean. She's been with us before about 3 years in and around over this country, so I know a lot of people appreciate hearing her tonight.
And, Bob, we're going to have to call on her a little later on. And, of course, when I say call, it reminds me that we'd like to have the folks call us down here at the Academy.
Yes, sir. I know what you mean.
Old number, Bob. 21950.
What do you know? Yes, sir. You know, one of these days I'm going to learn that by heart.
Yeah, well, you know, it took me a long time, and it was a tremendous routine that John put me through, you know. I had to write it on the blackboard 1,000 times every day for weeks and weeks and weeks.
But you finally got it?
Finally.
Oh, that's wonderful.
It's 219, 219, 21950.
Hi, there you got it. You got it.
Let's hear some more from those Texas Playboys.
All right, here we are with Jack Lloyd. A beautiful little old tune, kind of slow, so if everybody dance it, A Broken Heart for Souvenir.
music by Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys. Sent your way by KVOO, the voice of Oklahoma in Tulsa. And Bob, I understand that Johnny Lee had quite a time down there in Springdale, Arkansas this afternoon. Of course, you know that Johnny Lee was right up there on one of the lead horses with Governor Sid McMath, and maybe we better give credit where credit's due. Whose horse was that, Bob?
Well, I don't know. You know how John is. He was mine till he left the city limits of Oklahoma City. He probably belongs to John for now.
Well, did you give him a good horse, Bob?
Well, I think he's a real good horse. However, sometimes
he made your mistake.
He bucks a little sometime, though.
Yeah.
He might bring him back.
Well, John said this afternoon he called in from Springdale.
Oh, he did?
He hoped that horse that Bob gave him wouldn't knock him off of there. So I haven't heard the results of the parade, but I hope he got through it okay.
Well, I do too, Frank. I really do.
At least he was up there with the big boys. I mean, Governor Sid McMath, and I hear Johnny Lee looks like a real politician.
Did he really? Well, that's something. That's something. Yes, sir.
Well, we want to wish Johnny and all the boys a lot of success with that rodeo down in Springdale.
Absolutely. We just hope it is a success. The weather and everything's fine.
Yeah, because it's a great rodeo. It always is. And last through Wednesday, folks. So those of you in and around that part of Arkansas, be sure to drop over there and catch one or more of those performances. They had one tonight at 8 o'clock, and they'll have one tomorrow afternoon at 2. But now back to the business at hand, and it's all music by the Texas Playboys and Mr. Bob Wills.
All right, Frank, and here it is this time. You said Laura Lee would be around in a few minutes, and sure enough she is. But I'd like to send this little tune for Mr. and Mrs. Scott down to Buck and Mary. That's their youngsters that stayed in San Antonio, Texas tonight, and they're visiting us here at Cain. That's around. Well, we're all proud to have them here with us, Mr. and Mrs. Scott, and I understand the youngsters are recording this program right now. So if I haven't got the names wrong, it's Buck and Mary. So Buck and Mary, we hope you enjoy this little tune coming from Laura Lee. Bless you, my heart. I love you. Fixture with KVOO herself, Frank. She used to work up there quite a little while.
Well, now you're going to have to explain that to us new boys, Bob. Like Benny, who's up there now. And
well, we'll tell you. Laura Lee was working up there at the time I hired her, and she went with us to Los Angeles. She's been up there for quite some time. How long has she been up there, Larry? 4 or 5 months. Up there with what then? What was it?
Sons of the Rain.
Oh, right. They're still there, aren't they?
Di and Kenny and
That's
Tubby
right,
and
uh-huh.
Dex and George, sure, they're all there.
Fine bunch of fellas. Sure.
Bob. And now, I'd like to acknowledge some of those many requests that have come in this week, Bob. We want to thank all those folks for filling our mail sack to the brim, because, of course, it makes Johnny and the boys feel very, very nice to know that you folks think enough of them to sit down and jot down a card or a letter. And we have a first request tonight for the Lovesick Blues for Dakota Smith and his boys in Aberdeen, South Dakota, Mrs. Clary Bailey in Superior, Arizona. Request a number for Sister Wanda Lyon, visiting in Superior from Blackwell, Oklahoma, and also for Marie and Francis Lyon in Blackwell. Mrs. H.J. Beadle in Port Arthur, Texas, requests Count Every Star, or Why Should I Cry Over You, for her daughter and son-in-law, Mr. and Mrs. Mansell Kearney of Oklahoma City. Renella Johnson of Muskogee requests Pink Champagne for Betty, Larry, Barbara, Doris, and Dorothy. Bernard Standing Crow in 48th, North Dakota, requested Isn't Fair for Virginia Street of Tulsa. Here's one for Bonaparte's Retreat for Dorothy Counting of Lantry, South Dakota, requested by the Cisco Kid of Lantry and Betty and Nita Wolfenbarger, very loyal fans of ours from out Pueblo, Colorado way, request My Foolish Heart. Catherine and Jean Dross of Tucson, Arizona, would like to hear Wedding Bells for Nadine and Fred McCollum, Janet Nelson, and James Elvin Swan. Okay, Bobby boy.
All right. This time, Frank, it's a little boy back here that's been clunking around on the banjo. We're going to have him come down and sing a little song. Sentimental Me. Let's see MacDonald, friends.
yes, I'll always be so in love with you. Don't know what I'll do, sentimental me. Dreaming while I live, living just to give all my life to you. No one else will do, sentimental me. Reaching for the moon, wishing on a star. All my honeymoon, I just got to be where you are, darling, can't you see? It was meant to be. I'm in love with you. Say you love me too. Sentimental me. Thank you very much, Rusty, for a fine vocal treatment of Sentimental Me. And now, friends, those 21950 calls have been paying off, Bob, and we'd like to acknowledge them. One from Amarillo, Texas, from Bill Lovelace, who's Granny's boy, and Hazel Stevens and Audrey Stewart. We'd like to hear any good number of them sitting around the radio listening and wishing they were here. Storming like everything there. The broadcast is coming in fine, which means that our good friend John Barth and his cohort out of the transmitter are doing a good job tonight. From Sand Springs, Sarah Joe requests any good number for Zara Jean and Winona Branson of Post, Texas, and for Connie and Bonnie Wall, who were married yesterday. More long-distance calls, one from Cheyenne, way out in Wyoming, from Christina Thiessen, who requests the San Antonio Rose for her mother, Mrs. D.M. Ellis of Cheyenne, who's celebrating her birthday, and also her friends in Tulsa and Muskogee, Oklahoma. They're very ardent fans and listen every week. Foxborough, Texas, the Sugar Blues for Mr. and Mrs. O.E. Scott and Ivy. They're listening to the program and enjoying it very much. And from Sand Springs, Liza and Arita request Mandy for Gladys Mandy McCracken. All right, Robert.
Okay, Frank. You know, I'd like to do this number for our good friend Ed Sadler. Oh, here I go now. I can't think of the names. But anyway, I hope Miss Sadler's listening down in Muskogee. You know, Ed's one of those lifelong friends of mine. Johnny Lee, all of us. He never misses one of our dances, that is, when he don't work too hard. You know, run the big grocery store down the way. Works awful hard selling Red Star flour.
Yeah.
Had a call, what have you. He's a little bit tired, but he makes most of them, Fort Smith and around. So we want to send this down to Miss Sadler, and I'll get the other names in a few minutes. We're all so glad to have him here.
We are, and he does a lot of jumping around.
Yes, he
you and
does.
Janet Lee and young Luke.
He's telling me that, yeah, old Lou.
Luke's one of the boys.
Yeah, he's one of the boys, so is Billy Jack. You know, he's out in Sacramento.
Well, now that's the new one.
That's the baby now. That's the baby brother. He's out
I
there.
didn't know he had his own outfit.
Yeah, he will have in 2 or 3 more days. He's working on it.
Well, now Luke's doing a good job, and I know Billy Jack is following his
Well, we hope so. We'll so. Here it is now. Instrumental. These 3 boys, only 3 instruments standing. Guitar, mandolin, and steel guitar. And it's Airmail Special. Are you ready, boys? 1, 2, 3. the man. Take it away. Yeah.
By Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys being sent your way by KVOO, the 50,000-watt voice of Oklahoma in Tulsa, the oil capital of the world. In our regular Saturday night broadcast emanating from Cain's Dancing Academy here at 423 North Main, and we're very happy to have Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys as our very special guest here at Cain's tonight. As you know, Johnny and the boys are playing in Springdale, Arkansas for the next few days. That big rodeo opened this evening with a performance at 8 o'clock. And, of course, there'll be shows Sunday afternoon, Monday night, Tuesday afternoon, and night with a big dance at the Springdale Roller Rink following the rodeo show Monday night, July 3rd, and a huge fireworks display following the Tuesday night rodeo performance. Now, our noon broadcast over KVOO will originate from Springdale on Monday and Tuesday of next week. Thursday, July 6th, Johnny and the boys will be back here at Cain's Academy. Friday, they'll be in Clarksville, Arkansas for a program at Erie Stadium, followed by a dance at the Gaiety Club in connection with the Johnson County Peach Festival program and peach picking contest. How do you suppose we can do in a peach picking contest, Bob?
Oh, I don't know. I bet I'd come in there and close second.
But you know, while I was running over the itinerary of Johnny B. Wills and all the boys, why we mentioned where Bob and the Texas Playboys will be the next 2 days.
Well, that's going to have to fall out of question. I'm afraid of that. I tell you, we'll get a hit together right after this next year. How's that?
Okay, Bob.
I did think of those good friends' name. That's the Lilburn and Richard Beck that's up here with Ed Sadler tonight. And I just wanted to remember them. I've been knowing them all their lives. They're much younger than me, but for some reason I can't think of names. And also Earl Beam and his wife's up here, or was up here. They're probably on their way home now. The other night he asked John for Rosetta, and I knew when he did what he was actually thinking. He's thinking about the old days, so I want to do it for him now and send it out towards Errol Bean's house and his wife. Just hope they're tuned in on the way home. I don't think they're in here. If they're not, I'll guarantee you they're tuned in.
They're loyal fans.
They're wonderful.
Yeah.
And so here it is, Rosetta. Let's go, boys. 1, 2, 3. Don't ever leave me, don't break my heart. My whole life a dream. you, the millions of people that has heard me, I've been doing that now on 17 years. I didn't think it was necessary to say who's going to do it.
I sure hope Earl Bean and Mrs. Bean enjoyed that.
I do, too. Look who's kind of slipped up behind us here.
Yes, big, tall cowboy moves.
Well, you bet your life.
Mr. O.W. Mayon, it's been a long time since you two have talked, so Bob, why don't you have that?
Well, mighty fine.
Bob, what was that you said you've been doing for 17 years?
Singing Rosetta.
Oh, longer than that, Bob. I can remember longer than that.
Well, you're right about it, too, Mr. Bill. I just didn't want to admit I'm as old as I am.
Well, Bob, I just had to sit up here and say welcome back to Cain's. It's sure good to have you back. It seems like old times. We started here at Cain's about 15 years ago, a little more than that.
A little more than that's right, Mr. Bill.
In Waco, Texas, 17 years ago. That's 17 years that she was talking about.
That's the 17 years, that's right. Well, I want to say that it's really a pleasure that you kind of waited around. I know you're tired. You just got in on an awful long trip and come up here and kind of talk to me a little bit. It does bring back old times.
How's old Funkin' getting along?
Well, we just find that never have felt the same about him since he rubbed all of his mane out.
Well, I know what you tell him, and he's got a son out here in my pasture that's just doing fine, and he can just go ahead and get ready to retire because that son of his is going to be a big horse just like him and almost his color.
I understand he's quite a pony.
He's quite a pony, Bob. Well, Bob, it is good to have you back up here. I just wanted to say welcome to you before you got off the air, and thanks a lot to the crowd that you have here tonight at Cain. And we'll be looking forward to you coming back.
Well, absolutely, Mr. Mayo. We're sure looking forward to it, too, because this is home. This is the old home base.
Well, thanks a lot, Bob.
Well, lots of luck, Mr. Mayo, and whenever we get back next time, in fact, a few Sundays ago, while you was in Los Angeles, I drove all over your pasture in that little Ford of mine. Did Johnny tell you about it?
Today and saw the tracks all over there, and I said, we must have some cattle thieves or somebody over here.
And horse thieves.
So now I found out that it was you driving over the pasture with your horse.
Yeah, we're taking a lot of chances, but John Lee wanted to see if I could wreck that Ford. He said every time we're talking into a Pontiac, then we changed to a Hudson, then we're talking to the Hudson. About the time we bought a Hudson, we changed to Ford. He said, next time you'll be over here in a Jeep.
Well, he had to come down and get your horse to take over to Springdale to ride the rodeo the next 4 days. I understand that.
Yeah. Well, he was my horse and left the city limits. I don't know who he belongs to now. But if he bets like he usually does, he'll probably bring him back.
He probably will, Bob.
Well, lots of luck, Mr. Mayo. He just got in off an awful long trip. He's trying to have a great time in Los Angeles, I know.
Well, Bob, you said a lot of luck. Well, now, as long as we can have men like you and all the Texas Playboys in here, you don't have to wish him a lot of luck. Looks like he's having a great time tonight. He can see the Cain back to the walls. Look at those walls.
It's really buzz. There's no buzz. Stand up, Eldon. Lay your guitar down. Captain.
Over here, Elder.
That's Captain Samuel. Soon will be major. Oh, he's on reserve. Look out, Captain. That's fine. You need to be proper captain, huh?
We're going to have to salute him.
We're going to have to salute him. We certainly are. Well, I want to get you over here because we've got a little tune coming up called Solid as a Rock, my boy. Are you ready? That's the quartet, friend. That's Eldon Samuel that I always refer to, the old man with the mountains. Reason for that, he's been in the band for 14 years. He's really not that old. He's just one of the old timers of the band. Johnny Gilmore, the man that kind of pulls that little mandolin out and fiddle and does a fair job of singing. Keith Coleman, another one of the boys, fiddler. And then we got old Rusty McDonald here. Well, let's go, boys. Solid as a rock. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Billy. Solid as rock, solid as rock, solid as rock, solid as rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. I'll never let you down, solid as rock. I'll never let you down, solid as rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. To the altar with me. Come with me. You only wonder where did you ramble? May I suggest a license and a ring? When you're in love, it's really not a gamble. Cause you said it's not a real sure thing. Cause solid as rock, solid as rock, solid as rock, solid as rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar with me. Just a license and a ring. When you're in love, it's really not a gamble. Cause you said it's not a real sure thing. Lord, solid as rock, solid as rock, solid as rock, solid as rock. Love is as solid as the rock of Gibraltar. So come to the altar. Love just as solid as a rock.
Great arrangement, Bob. Well done by the quartet. They really jumped on that one. Let me jump into some of these requests Bart asking.
Go right ahead, Frank. Go right ahead.
Dear Bob, please play the Basin Street Blues for Jack of Eureka, Kansas, and the Rice family, all of Eureka. And that's signed by a very dear friend of ours, Jeannie, who's attending the dance here at Cain's Academy, who usually phones those requests in every Thursday and Saturday night from Eureka, Kansas. We hope she's enjoying the dance, and that all those folks will hear that request. Please also, number 4, Mr. and Mrs. Slim Tick from Temple, Texas. And that's signed by Mr. and Mrs. Alfred Tick from Rogers, Texas. Also, sing and play Rosetta for Bonnie and Clifford Schaefer of Tulsa. Sending the dance, having a wonderful time. We did Rosetta early in the program. We hope the folks heard it and enjoyed it. Also, here's a request for Miss You, dedicated to all the gang at Post. P.S. from Lisa Browning, and one for I'll Sell My Ship Alone for Lisa and Willie, that's signed by a friend. One for Big Beaver and the Convict in the Rose, and also like to hear Jack Lloyd sing. He's got fans down here, Bob. Yes, Why Don't You Love Me Like You Used To, and that's, yeah, a very good friend of ours, too, incidentally, Bob. Mrs. Marsh, here at every noonday broadcast, and she came down here tonight just especially to see Bob Wills and the Texas Playboys. She's a grand lady.
That's right. Yes, sir.
And here's one, Bob, for the Texas drummer boy for viola of Dallas. Fine count.
Well,
You got a special request here, too, Bob.
Well, I got one there. You might go ahead and read it, and we'll add a little to it. I was joining him. All right, it is Jack Lloyd, friends. Right back with a band of little tune. For you, my love. Yeah. I figured up a few of those nights for next week, you don't mind?
All right, let's have it.
Fairfax, up here Monday night.
That's Monday of next week.
That's Monday of next week. Then Tuesday night, we're opening a new place that burned down. They've built it back down at Duncan, Skyview Club.
Well, now, you better put a damper on some of these boys. Don't let them get too hot on these fiddles and things, because Bob, they're likely to burn it down again.
Yeah, we got to watch that. And I don't understand it burned down before, and it's practically all concrete. But it burned down anyway. And then I don't know where we had Wednesday night. Somebody sang. Boys are getting something for nothing here. Oh, my Lord. Eldon.
I'll think of it. Just skip me. Fairfax Monday. Fairfax Monday.
Yeah, down in Duncan.
And on Tuesday. And Ardmore's on Thursday.
We're skipping Wednesday. Ardmore.
Sigler on Friday. Alta's on Wednesday.
Alta. Look out, friends, around Alta. It's Wednesday night.
That's going to be a great dance, Bob. I know it is. And now, if you'll excuse me a minute, I've got a few more requests from the fine dancers down here at Cain's Academy. Will you please play Have I Told You Lately That I Love You? And dedicate it to our mothers. Here at Cain's tonight. Maudine and Bobby of San Antonio, Texas. Any good tune. Also play a number for Sister Nora Potter, and that's signed by Velma.
I'm good. It's Anita. It's Johnny Lee's little tune that he put on record. It really went sky high, friends, and it's still going pretty good. So let's listen to these boys do it. It's that tune, Rag Mop. Yeah. You know? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 2. R-E-G-M-O-P-P, Rag Mop. I say M-O. M-O-P. M-O-P-P. Mop. M-O-P-P. Mop, 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 R. I say R-A. R-A-G. R-A-G-G. Rag. M-O-P-P. Rag mop. Rag mop. Rag mop. Rag mop. R-A-G-G-M-O-P-P, Rag Mop by Bob Wills, the Texas Playboys.
Thanks for watching my video. Click on the button below here and go to my website, www.exploringthepast.net.